Proclamation of Danny Kim Day.
Well, good morning, everyone, and this is an extremely special day for me and a lot of people sitting in this audience. So thank you, Mayor, for joining us in this presentation. So I worked with Detective Kim, and he is simply amazing. And Danny, why don't you come on up? I think half the department's here. Would y'all like to come up and join us? Fresno State? Come on, John, your team, come on up here. So a few factoids here. Detective Kim is currently a POP detective in Northeast Investigations Unit. I know him as a team leader. I know he's knowledgeable in everything he does. And most importantly, you are so highly respected by your colleagues and the community. It's amazing. You've done a fantastic job. So with that, it makes my job a lot easier with my constituents when you and John and your team, everybody here gets together in a great partnership and then go into the area where you were raised, if I'm not mistaken, El Dorado Park, and then it was Sin City. And you returned, and you and the team have made a huge difference there. So I want to acknowledge that for sure. And then I think I wanted to quote a couple of things from our staff and from our constituents. You are very proactive. You are a go-to person. And with that sort of response to the community, you make my job a lot easier, and it's a great service to our community. So I'll let the mayor say a few words now.
You've said it all. No, I want to echo your sentiments, Detective Kim, and the entire police department for your tireless work protecting the citizens of Fresno. You certainly have our gratitude and our support.
And I would like to have Lieutenant Brogdon, if you will, tell us a little bit why Mr. Kim, Detective Kim, is the recipient of the 2018 Top Cop Award.
If you know Danny and you know his story, it's quite amazing, and it tells you a lot about this great country that we live in. And Danny has been a fantastic detective here in Northeast. When I came to Northeast, Danny was already there working as a detective, and then we moved him over to the POP, and that is his wheelhouse. He is very, very good working with the community and working with the mayor's office, the council's office. Does a fantastic job.
Thank you very much. Can we read the proclamation? Well, let me go one more time. John, you want to say a few words? Because you're a key partner with Fresno PD and the Fresno State University Police Department, and I can't say enough good things about all of you.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to work with Detective Kim, and he's very humble. He doesn't take credit for himself. He gives all of the credit to all of the other people on the team. And it is a team effort, but he's an all-star player on that team, and I couldn't do it without him. He's just an awesome partner from my agency to his. I couldn't think of a better person to work for. There's no better liaison to the community than he. And I look up to him in that way, and it just inspires me to do my best too.
And we have a member of the community. Would you like to say a couple of words?
I'd like to thank Danny Kim as being the point person between the Fresno Police Department and the University Police Department, the community stakeholders, the owners, managers, and the residents. He has a unique way of bringing together the assets of a community to meet the challenges of the community, and I thank you, Danny.
Cap.
Yes, sir.
Can I have a moment of personal privilege? Because
absolutely.
Danny's a dear friend of mine. A lot of folks don't know. Danny and I actually started on the Fresno Police Department on the same day.
1800.
Well, do you really want to go there, Cap? We actually started on the same day back in 1998 as cadets. And we used to have to make awful runs in the cold, the ESS storage, to do our evidence checks. But I just want to say, Lieutenant Brogdon mentioned a little bit about Danny's life story and his history, and it truly is a great American story. Danny, if any of you ever get the opportunity to just talk to him and listen to his, where he's come from and where he is now. You're a remarkable human being, Danny, and I'm honored to call you a friend. You are very deserving of this award. Cap, thank you for recognizing my friend on this day. And the Fresno Police Department is very, very lucky to have an officer with the caliber of Officer Kim. So, Danny, you gotta, you know, one of these days we gotta hang out so we can relive some of those old stories. But good seeing you, my friend.
I have a few words from Detective Kim.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And first of all, I would like to thank the council and everyone for being here. And most importantly, I think I want to thank all the partners I work with within the El Dorado Park community. This is not a one-person effort. It's a community effort. I think without them, I wouldn't be standing here today. And I also want to thank Paul for taking a very tough task for District 4, the El Dorado Park. And I told people that I don't want this place to be called Sin City again. That is my goal. And also I took it as to the heart because I used to play volleyball right behind El Dorado Park, which is just north of the San Ramon Alley. And by going back there, and I told John, who worked with me on a daily basis, that we don't want these people to take our community, and we want to make it safer for everyone. And I think working with a passion will allow us to do a better job. And thank you, Mayor, for allowing this opportunity to recognize what all of us had done, and our police department, Lieutenant Brogdon, Sergeant Atkinson, and the department for allowing me to be in a position where I can make that changes. So I think overall, my wife and my family for supporting me for what I do. You know, as a police officer, you know, you have odd hours, and I think for her to bear with me all this time, it's very important. And Jackie, one of the tough leader in El Dorado Park, she's also the lead in getting owners together, Fresno State PD, and everyone here, detectives that work in the office, for contributing to this. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you thanked the most important person, your wife. You almost forgot there, brother. And you guys can come down and join us, please, would you? And we'll read the proclamation.
Whereas Detective Danny Kim began his journey with the Fresno Police Department when he was hired as a cadet in 1998. And whereas after graduating from the police academy and becoming a sworn officer in 1999, Danny Kim spent the first few years of his career as a Southeast Police, Fresno police officer. And whereas, aside from being a valuable asset to the Fresno Police Department, Detective Kim has also made a significant difference in his home country of Cambodia, where his philanthropic work has brought clean water to the impoverished rural villages. And whereas on Thursday, May 24th, 2018, Detective Kim will be honored as a recipient of the 2018 Fresno Exchange Club's Top Cop Award, and we thank him for his dedication and service to the residents of Fresno. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, Mayor Lee Brand, and the Fresno City Council members do hereby proclaim Thursday, May 17th, 2018 to be Danny Kim Day in the city of Fresno.
Round of yes. Thank you. Thank you all. And for our law enforcement officers that are up here, we want to acknowledge that this is National Peace Officers Week in the nation. So congratulations and thank you for your continued service. We appreciate it so much. Thank you all.